Hi there, this is part 2 of a two-part video series of how to solve the Rubik's Cube using the bunny method. We're up to step number 6, so let's get right into it. Okay, now in this step, what we're aiming for is what you see before you here. So we've built our walls. Now what we're going to do is defend the castle. And we're going to defend it with some weapons. The ultimate weapon we want to use is this ninja star that's on top. It's really a yellow cross, but let's call it a ninja star because it fits our bunny and castle theme a little bit. Well, maybe it doesn't. Oh well. We'll use it anyway. So we're going to try and create that ninja star. Let's scramble it up and see how we go. Okay, so we've got it scrambled up here. The white cross is not there, but what you do see is the yellow dot. Now that will always be there. In this step, we're going to cycle through some different weapons we can give our bunny. The first weapon is a rock, and he's already there. But to upgrade from a rock, you need to do this move. Now, this move is the same move to upgrade weapons each and every time. So, the move goes like this. First of all, you let it face one of the sides. Then you bring the front down, as so. And then you do a right pat the bunny. And then you bring the front back to the way you had it. Now you'll see we've had a weapon upgrade from a rock to a gun. Now, the gun can obviously face different ways, and that doesn't look much like a gun, but the most gunny you can make it look is either that way or that way. We always need our gun to be facing out towards the right hand side, so it's going to shoot stuff out that way. Once you have the gun, it's still not our ninja star, which is our ultimate weapon, so we need to upgrade it again. Now you upgrade it exactly the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the front down. We're going to do the right hand pat the bunny. Spin our front back the way we had it. And you'll notice we have now got a lightsaber. We don't want the lightsaber to be stabbing us. We want it to be horizontal when we're about to upgrade it. Okay, so we're going to do the same move again. We're going to bring the front down. We're going to do our right hand pat the bunny. Then we're going to bring our front back. And you'll notice we've gone from a rock to a gun to a lightsaber, now to the ninja star. And that's the end of the step. One of the things to be aware of with that is no matter even if you had a gun to start with or a lightsaber to start with, you can just keep upgrading it straight through to the ninja star wherever you sort of come into it. You won't always start with a rock. Sometimes you'll start with a gun or a lightsaber on the way through. So our cube over here that we've been working on solving using our method, our bunny method, is already showing a gun. Now we didn't upgrade it from a rock, that's just the way that it was. But we're going to do that same move. So the front goes down, we do a right hand pat the bunny, the front goes back up, and we've got a lightsaber. Now we want to make sure the lightsaber is facing horizontally, not towards us, we don't want to get ourselves. And then we're going to do the same move again. So we're going to do front down, right hand pat the bunny, front back, and you'll notice we've got our cross. Now we've got an extra yellow piece in here, and that'll happen from time to time. We need to ignore these yellow possible corners when we're doing our weapon step or our defend the castle step. So there could be yellow ones all over here. When you've got a dot in the middle, you could have a yellow one over here. Just gonna need to ignore the yellow corners at this stage. So there we go, step finished. Alright, so our next step is to build some flagpoles. This I've placed the colours back on, but it's actually not quite the step that we're on. We're just going to attempt to get these corners in the right place, even if they're rotated around the wrong way. So it's a little bit more difficult to see progress on the step that we're about to do, but it's these corners, these 4 corners on the top layer, that we're going to just get in the right place. So this piece is going to be, the red-blue piece is going to be where in between the red and blue face. That's where we want it to be, but it might be rotated around still at the end of this step, but it's going to be in the right spot. So I'm going to scramble it up, and then we'll see how to make sure we've got them all in the right spot. Okay, so now we have scrambled him up, and you'll notice that the corners are in actually the wrong locations. So this corner here, this piece should be the green-red piece, but it's the red-blue piece. So it's in the wrong spot. This piece here, is it in the wrong spot? Yeah, it is, because it's the green-red piece on the orange-green face. This piece here, is it in the wrong spot? No, it's not actually. It's in the right spot, because this is the blue-orange face, and that's the blue-orange piece. So that's in the right spot. It's oriented around the wrong way, but it's still in the right spot. So just remember that. This piece here, is it in the wrong spot? Yeah, it is. So we've had a look at all 4 of our corners, and we realize that 3 of them are in the wrong spot and 1's in the right one. You should always be able to rotate the top layer until at least 2 of them are in the right spot, and that will determine where to do at that point. So with this one, I've just given it 1 rotation around the top. This piece is now in the right spot. This piece is now in the right spot. This piece is not. And this piece is not. Blue-orange is not the same as green-orange. Okay? So these 2 pieces are wrong, and these 2 pieces are right. So where we've got these 2 pieces being correct and these 2 pieces being incorrect, that's where we need to swap these 2 over to make them correct. So what we need to do is we need to do 3 right hand pat the bunnies and then 3 left hand pat the bunnies, and then that will swap these 2 so that they're all good. So let's do that now. 1, 2, 3. Now it's important we do our patting the bunnies on this corner. So we've done 3 right hand ones, and now we're going to do 3 left hand ones. So that was 3. Now if we look, you may need to spin it back 1 location, but what we've done is this piece is now in the correct location, this piece is now in the correct location, this piece is now in the correct location, and this one is too. So what we did was we had a look at all of the corners. We spun the top around until we noticed that 2 are in the correct spot and 2 are in the incorrect spot. We put the incorrect ones on this side, and then we did 3 right hand pat the bunnies and 3 left hand pat the bunnies, and then we rotated the top around until we had them all matching, and so now we've got every corner in the correct location even though it's oriented around the wrong way. Let's have a look at it with our cube without bits missing. So with this one here, we've got that's not in the right spot, that's not in the right spot, that's not in the right spot, and that's not in the right spot. So I'm going to give it a rotation and see what we end up with. That's incorrect. That's correct. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. Let's give it another one. That's correct, obviously. This one, incorrect. This one, incorrect. This one, correct. So these 2 are our correct ones. We want them to be over this side. Our incorrect ones over this side. And then we're going to do 3 right hand pat the bunnies. And then 3 left hand pat the bunnies. And then I'm going to give it 1 spin back. This is now in the correct spot. That's in the correct spot. That's in the correct spot. And that one's in the correct spot. I should also mention there are occasions where when you're spinning it around, you actually only find that the 2 that match, rather than being down one side or one side like that, they're actually diagonal. So in this case, this piece is in the right spot, that is not. Sorry, this piece is, and that is not. So these 2 here are the ones that match. Now in that instance, what you do is you just pretend that these 2 match, that these 2 don't. You do your 3 pat the bunnies on your right, 3 pat the bunnies on the left, and then you have a look at it again. And what you will have done then is you would have made it so that it's going to be 2 next to each other that match, and that's the way you deal with that case. So here, in this instance, that one's in the right spot, and that one's in the right spot now, and these 2 are not. So then we'd go ahead and do the same again to make these 2 swap and get them all in the right spot. they're all in the correct locations. Okay, this step that you're up to now is called raise the flags. This is where we actually make sure that all the corners are oriented correctly. So in our previous step, we put them in the right spots, all the corners are in the right spots, but in this step, we're going to just make sure that they're all matching down each colour. I'm going to scramble it up and show you how to do it. Okay, so in the previous step we made sure that all our corners were in the right position. You'll see these corners are all in the right position. Now we're going to raise the bunny's flags, it seems odd, by actually turning the whole castle upside down, just for this step. So what we're going to need to do here is make sure that we grip it and maintain a grip with our finger at the back like this and our thumb at the front like that. And we're going to keep doing right hand pat the bunnies until our yellow pieces come down on this bottom face. Now we're not going to ungrip the cube, we're not going to sort of rotate it around or anything like that. If we do that, we're going to get a bit lost because it's going to look pretty scrambled. But we're going to keep doing these right hand pat the bunnies until all the yellow bits get to the bottom. When we've got one at the bottom, we're actually just going to rotate around to the next one, and we're going to keep doing right hand pat the bunnies till it gets down. And once they are all yellow, what you will find is that the whole of the scrambled nature of it initially becomes unscrambled back to the way that looks now. So let me show you how to give that a go. So we're going to start by holding it like this, and we're going to just keep doing our right hand pat the bunnies until the yellow is on the bottom. Then we're going to spin it around to our next one, and we're going to keep doing our right hand pat the bunnies until our yellow's at the bottom. Now you'll see that it looks quite scrambled, but I haven't let go. I'm still holding the same pieces as I was before. I've got this one more here that I need to work on, so I'm going to move it to this bottom corner, and I'm going to do it, and you watch what happens. Keep doing it until it goes onto the bottom, and look at that. So now the flags are raised. So let's see that on one of the cubes. It's got all of the stickers in place. So remember, all of our corners need to be in the right location to do this step. They're oriented wrong, and raising the flags for this bunny's castle involves tipping it upside down, holding it with the grip that we showed you before, and making sure we don't let go of that grip until we finish the whole step, and then doing right hand moves until this yellow piece gets onto the bottom, and then we're going to rotate the bottom around until this yellow piece gets on the bottom also. So here we go. Right hand move. That one got on the bottom. Now we're going to go to the next one that needs help. And we're going to onto the bottom, and then we'll notice that with one more, we'll raise the flags for the bunny. Okay, we're almost there. It's just these little middle edges. That's the last little bit for us to do to finish the castle for the bunny. So what we need to do here is to work out, if you have a solved face, then put it at the back away from you. And then when you're looking at the front one, work out which way it needs to go. Does it need to go to the left to join the red, or to the right to join the orange? Well, it's a red one, so it needs to go to the left to join the red face. So the way that we do that is first of all, rotate the front face all the way to the bottom. Then we turn the top face in the direction that we wanted it to go. So we wanted it to go to the left, our middle one to go to the left in this instance. Then we bring the two sides down. Then we rotate that front face around again. Then we bring the two sides up. Then we do the top layer a direction, one more the way that we wanted it to go. And then we do the front face all the way around again. And then we'll notice that the whole cube is finished. It's great. Again, on the other cube that we were working on as well, this is a red one in the middle. Solved face is at the back. We want it to go to the left. So we've got a couple of moves in our solving finishing move where we're going to need to remember which way we wanted it to go, which was that way. So the way that we start it is we flip the front face all the way around. We move it the way that we wanted that centerpiece to go. Then we bring the two sides down. Then we flip that front face, gecko there, all the way around. Then we bring the two sides up. Then we flip that top face the way that we wanted it to go before. And then we flip the front face all the way around again to get a solved cube. Just so there's an example of it when it needs to go the other way. So in this one, solved face is at the back, this time it's orange. This green piece at the front actually wants to go to the right this time. So our finishing move goes like this. You flip the front face all the way around. You move the top face the direction that you wanted our centerpiece to go, which was off this way. Then you move the two sides down. Then you put the front face all the way around again. Move the two sides back up. You flip that top face the direction that you wanted that initial piece to go, and then you move the front face all the way around again. The other occasion you could end up with at the end is where actually all of the centers aren't solved and there's no solved face to put along the back. If that happened, don't worry. Do it the same way you normally would. Look at the centerpiece that's on the front for you. Which way does it need to go? This one needs to go this way. So our move that we're going to do a couple of times in the middle of our finishing move is going to be like that, going out towards where that centerpiece wants to go. So it's the same finishing move again. The front spins around. The top goes the direction that you wanted it to. The two sides go down. The front spins around again. The two sides go up. That top face goes the direction that you wanted it to, and then the front face spins around again. Now what you'll notice is we haven't solved it yet, but what we have done is one face is now solved, so you put it at the back and then you do the same as what you did before. The orange one wants to go to the right, so we're gonna and then it solves it the second time around. So you may just need to do that final move twice if each of the edges isn't solved and you don't have a solved face. There you go. The bunny has a castle now. So one other final thing I should say is the cubes that I was using, this one is called a Yuxin Kailin V2 magnetic. So it's got little magnets in it that help it kind of clip into place. Not that expensive. I think you can probably get it for around $15 Australian. Similarly, this is the YJ Yulong. It's a magnetic cube. It comes in a box that looks like this one, and it's relatively inexpensive as well. You'll probably pay less for these than you would with the Rubik's cubes that you'd see at the shops, but these will actually function much better and they'll be heaps smoother and easier to turn. An even cheaper one again, if you're looking for a really budget one, is perhaps this Yuxin Little Magic. There is no magnets in that one. So that's just a plain cube that'll turn easy, and all of these ones are good to learn on. But if I had to recommend one out of all of them, it'd probably be this YJ Yulong V2M, I think they call it. So YJ Yulong, and it's a magnetic cube. So there you go. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments, and other than that, thanks for listening. I hope you can be well on your way to solving a puzzle cube, 3x3 puzzle cube out of that. Thanks, bye. If you have any questions around solving the cube, just pop them in the comments. One other thing you can check out is swiftcubing.com. There's some there's some drawings of how to solve a Rubik's Cube via the bunny method. So if you can't spend a lot of time on YouTube and you want to print something out, there's something for you to print out there that will help you get well on your way to solving it as well. It's perhaps easy to use a combination of both these videos and those pictures. So check out swiftcubing.com, and thanks for watching.